Third theme, cultural ecology. Cultural ecology today is the study of environmental influences on culture and the impact of people acting through their culture on an ecosystem. Ecosystem is an interaction between organic and inorganic component in an area. So the study of relationship between the physical environment and habitat and culture is cultural ecology. Humans have its influence on environment as well. Environment have its influence on humans. Humans go by cultural adaptation, which means the adaptation of humans and cultures to the challenges posed by physical environment. Humans also go by adaptive strategy, which is the unique way in which each culture uses its particular physical environment, those aspects of culture that serve to provide the necessities of life like food, clothing, shelter, and defense. When humans move from one area to other, they have to go through cultural adaptation as well adaptive strategy. They have to adapt to the culture up there in terms of the environment, as well the human style of living, as well they have to work on certain type of strategy where they would be able to adapt to maybe the food, shelter, defense of that area. So there is a constant give and take relationship between the physical environment and the way humans have been living in an area. There are 4 schools of thought under this theme. The first one is environmental determinism, which believes that cultures are shaped directly or indirectly by the physical environment. Humans are clay to be molded by the nature. That is what the deterministic school believe in. Example, people of mountains were predestined by the rugged terrain to be simple, backward, conservative, unimaginative, and freedom-loving. Whereas people living in temperate climates produced inventiveness, industriousness, and democracy. So here the way culture would be groomed is directly related to the physical expression of the climate or the environment. Well, this school is outdated now, as it has been proved that actually there are a lot of possibilities within the environment which humans have to pick on, leading to the second school of thought, possibilism. Any environment offers a number of different possibilities for a culture to develop. Choices among these possibilities are guided by cultural heritage. Possibilists claim that any physical environment offer a lot of choices, and we have to really pick the right choice so that we will be able to be part of the environment and can groom our culture there. Most possibilists think that higher the technological level of a culture, the greater the number of possibilities and the weaker the influence of physical environment. Third school of thought, environmental perception. Culture depends more on what people perceive the environment to be rather than on the actual character of the environment. So perception is colored by the culture. Perhaps the most fundamental expression of environmental perception lies in the way different cultures see nature itself. There are 2 views to perceive the nature: organic view and mechanistic view. Organic view, held by many traditional groups, people are considered to be part of nature. The habitat possesses a soul, is filled with nature's spirits, and must not be offended. By contrast, the Western people believe in the mechanistic view of nature, where it's been considered that humans are separate and hold dominion over the nature. A very good example of environmental perception could be people living or culture being groomed in natural hazard prone region. If a region is natural hazard prone, people tend to perceive that in different ways. There are cultures which believe that the government is supposed to be taking care of the natural hazard. There are cultures which believe that something has happened many hundred years back in this area, it's not going to happen again. And there are cultures which will believe that, okay, something happened recent, and that is not going to be repeated again. So there are different ways through which they would perceive environment and they would start living there. The fourth school of thought, humans as modifiers of the earth, where they believe humans mold nature. Certainly we've been changing the face of the earth and we've been actually adding a lot of stuff into the nature, but it has been affecting us in a negative way. So if we have a scale drawn, I would say environmental determinism is on one side of the scale or one extreme, and the human as modifiers of earth is the other extreme.